Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken. Rise Awakening, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
Okay, I'm going to make her go away, and I'm going to bring you guys a lesson. Or 10. No. Hopefully not 10. Because that would just be cruel. But we're going to start off tonight with Halfway to Whole. I pulled from the Alchemy of Awareness Oracle this week. So this has to say, you've touched the heavens, but that means nothing without proper integration. Integration? What the hell, Micah? Truth isn't spoken, it's lived, and embodied wisdom leads to illusion. You don't need another ceremony to ascend. You need stillness to descend into what's unresolved, unclaimed, and unhealed. Expansion is found in the reckoning, where the initiation will be waiting. This is a heavy message to stop asking the heavens for answers that it's already sent to you. You may have received them, or they may be on their way, waiting for the right moment. Integrate and act on what you ask for. Align with the intentions that you put out. Then we have ever unfolding. You've already begun, but healing doesn't have a finish line. It's a lifelong commitment to betterment, a spiral path of shedding, revealing, and becoming. Fear may whisper that you've gone far enough, but truth invites you deeper. You are ready to rise, to face, to feel. Let grace be your guide and compassion your compass. You know, something just occurred to me. You can't have compassion without the word compass in it. Interesting, huh? This is brave work of becoming whole. The questions of when will I be over this? When will I find myself? When does the pain stop? All bear expectations that it will end. Once something happens, it stays with us. It's a matter of what we decide to do with it that matters. It can be a part of us that never fades, that we decide to look at and experience differently, but it will always be there. That's the truth of healing. Scars. Those are our storytellers. Scabs? Those are the expectations of healing. Then we have common courtesy. Have you believed politeness means pleasing, even though true grace could never betray self? It's time to rewrite the rules. You don't owe a smile, hug, handshake, or explanation. Kindness does not mean compliance, and respect should never invade your boundaries. Your body is sovereign. Choose yourself in small, quiet acts of resistance. Practice no as a self-love as you choose yourself more each day. This doesn't mean to leave people behind and move through life without external compassion. This means to understand what is harming you and what you no longer need to carry with you or allow. But if you've been giving your life away, it's high time to take a different look at it. Then we have center stage. There's a half-lit dream waiting in the wings while practicality has taken the spotlight. You say you believe, but you've mapped escape routes in case it doesn't work out. The fire you seek won't ignite from the sidelines. Dare to burn the backup plan and dismantle the detours. Your dream was never meant to play second string. Give it the stage and bet on becoming more. If you feel like it won't happen because you're not good enough, you're probably right. As soon as you put that limiting belief away and try, you'll find out the real answer. Until then, don't sabotage your dreams. And finally, bridge the gap. Negotiations work best when there is compromise on all sides. You have to be open to meeting in the middle if there is any hope for resolution. If stuck, contemplate if it is more important to win or maintain the relationship. Start over with an open mind and willing heart. Remember that in an argument, there are no actual winners, just someone with the best presentation to make the other see that they're right. There's also the aspect that both parties are right and wrong simultaneously. It's all a matter of finding where the overlap is so that mutual understanding can be achieved. And that's it.
That's it, he says.
That's all.
Oh, that's all he says.
And I do have to say that just a few minutes ago when we were listening to the opening set, I noticed over in the Rise Radio chat that one of our beloveds finally learned that one-word sentence and used it. And I have never been more proud of somebody as I am right now, because they have been working themselves to the bone, people-pleasing, and trying to live up to other people's standards, and realized that he needed a break. And it was high time that he stood his ground and said no. Keith Ketlow, I am so very proud of you right now for saying no and taking that time for you.
I know nothing about this, but let me just say from what I've heard, Keith Ketlow, you go, man.
Typically, he will, if his job needs somebody to cover, he will always be the go-to. And there have been times that he has, I remember one year, a couple years ago, that weeks went by without an off day. Without
He plows snow, doesn't he?
I don't exactly know what he does, but he said no, and I'm proud of him.
Good for him.
Yes. All right. I guess I should.
Mosey. My turn, huh? All right.
All right. Tag, you're it.
All right, guys. Let us get into the reading today. All right. I pulled from the Egyptian Book of the Dead today. And we are starting off with the tomb. This is your present situation. The theme of this card is emotional stasis, unresolved endings, and scared stillness, or sacred stillness, not scared stillness, sacred stillness. You are in a love situation that feels sealed. Something is emotionally buried, but not at peace. This can point to a relationship that ended, but still lives on energetically. Or maybe a connection that never fully began, yet still occupies your heart. Are you potentially withholding emotionally, or are they? This is a love that has paused, preserved, stagnated, or no longer alive, however, not yet released. I was going to read that again. Are you honoring what this truly was, or are you keeping your reality untouched because you're afraid of finality? Love cannot evolve inside a sealed tomb. Something must either be acknowledged, grieved, or spoken. Up next in the challenge position, this is your crossing energy. This is Tefnut. The theme of this is emotional imbalance, suppressed grief, withheld expression. Tefnut represents moisture. I hate saying that word. Anywhere, tears, emotional flow, vulnerability. The challenge here is emotional dehydration. Someone, or likely both of you, is holding back feelings to maintain control or avoid pain. This connection struggles because emotions are contained instead of shared. Feelings don't disappear when ignored. Instead, they harden. Your work is to allow emotional truth without needing it to fix anything. Speak or release, not to be heard, but to be honest. Oh, Hatherry comes in just as I start talking about moisture and gets a good kick up. The conscious focus this week is the scarab. This is transformation, fate, and renewal. At a soul level, you want this to transform. You are focused on rebirth, either of the relationship or of yourself through it. This shows hope, spiritual trust, and belief in destiny. Transformation is possible, but not without shedding the old form. Get that skin off that snake. What version of love is it that you are trying to resurrect? Is it actually aligned with who you are now? At the root, we have Nut. The theme is cosmic protection, divine feminine, and unconditional holding. Deep down, you crave emotional safety and cosmic level acceptance. You want love that holds you, not love that you have to manage, prove, or earn. This suggests past experience where love felt conditional or unstable. Stop shrinking your needs to fit someone else's capacity. Your subconscious knows you are meant to be held, not endured. All right, in the past influence, you have Sekhmet, I guess it's pronounced. The theme of this is rage, passion, trauma, and fierce boundaries. The past here was intense, possibly volatile. This may reflect trauma bonds, passion mixed with pain, and power struggles or emotional reactivity. Sekhmet doesn't come gently, she comes to wake you up. Honor what that fire taught you, but don't mistake intensity for intimacy. Love should feel alive, not like a battlefield. All right. In the near future, we have the Eye of Ra. The theme is revelation, truth, exposure, and awakening. A moment of clarity is coming. Illusions fall. What has been hidden emotionally or energetically will be seen. This could be a conversation that reveals the truth, a realization that changes how you feel, or finally someone seeing someone clearly for the first time. Don't look away. I know it might be a painful realization, but truth is not punishment, it's liberation. Let clarity guide you, even if it hurts briefly. All right. In you, your energy right now, we have the amulet. This is protection, self preservation, and energetic boundaries. You are guarded, and wisely so. You've learned to protect your heart, but you also may be blocking genuine intimacy out of habit. There's strength here, but also loneliness. Protection should be intentional, not automatic. Ask yourself, is this boundary still serving me, or is it armor that I no longer need? All right. In your external influences, we have Amon. The theme here is hidden forces, divine timing, unseen support. There is more going on right now than you can see. This could mean that someone's feelings are deeper than expressed. The universe is quietly redirecting things, or spirit is intervening to prevent harm or delay attachment. Not everything is meant to be understood right now. Trust what is unfolding behind the scenes. Not knowing does not mean abandonment. It means orchestration of something better. All right, in your hopes and fears, we have Heather. The theme of this is love, pleasure, joy, and emotional fulfillment. Your greatest hope is also your greatest fear. To receive love fully and openly. You long for tenderness, reciprocity, and emotional nourishment, but fear disappointment or loss again. You want joy, but you're afraid of how deeply you'd feel it. Joy is not naive. Allowing happiness does not mean ignoring wisdom. You can be open and still be discerning. And last but not least, the outcome is sarcophagus. The theme is death before rebirth, sacred closure, and initiation. This connection is undergoing a necessary ending or suspension. That doesn't automatically mean over forever, but it does mean that the old form cannot continue. This is an initiation point. Something must be laid to rest so something truer can eventually emerge. Release with reverence, not resentment. What is meant to return will do so transformed. What isn't will free you for something deeper. This reading isn't about chasing love. It's about freeing your heart from the tomb it's been quietly tending. You're not losing love. You are shedding an old version of it so that your soul can finally breathe. That is all she says.
That's all. Wow.
That was a big message.
It was a big message. And sounds like, looks like, feels like I'm going to be continuing that for what I'm talking about when we come back from the next set. My work.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick back
I
here.
have to get to my job.
Yub. Do your
I have
yub.
to get to my job.
You see.
So you go. Bye. So, interestingly enough, I asked Hatherie's favorite deck what I should talk about. And it kind of lines up with everything that we've been hearing tonight. So what I pulled was the sacrifice. And it's got a pretty aligned message with letting things go. What do you want to hold on to? What are you holding on to? What do you need to let go? Because the act of sacrifice is to make something sacred. In the book, it says, what is the one person or thing that you feel that you can't live without? Can you offer it to spirit and release it? Especially if it's something that you're holding on to that's toxic. And I'm taken to a video in my mind that I watched. And this is a very odd reference, but when we keep talking about shedding the skin, releasing the old, I came across this video of owners of bearded dragons and how they cared for them when they were shedding, and going to great detail and care, precision, gently removing the skin. Wouldn't it be nice if we were all like those bearded dragons with owners that went to that level of care when we're trying to release the old? Instead, we're stuck with doing it ourselves and feeling the discomfort as we make conscious decisions to release things that have been causing us to sacrifice ourselves at the expense of others instead of staying in alignment with who we are. It's time to rededicate yourself to you. And I've been watching bold moves from so many. I talked about it earlier when I mentioned how Ketlo had stood up and said no. That's a conscious, bold move. You've been listening. Not just you, Ketlo, but you in general. Because I'm watching so many people making the hard decisions to reclaim who they are, why they're here, sacrificing the shitstorm that they've been holding on to rededicate and reclaim and rediscover just how amazing they are. And guess what? It's hell. It is uncomfortable. Nobody wants to do it. And it's scary because when you release what you have known for so long, you don't know what to do when the new comes in. But over time, and sometimes very quickly, you realize that sacrificing those things that you held so dear at the cost of your comfort was worth it. Doesn't mean to be discompassionate. Doesn't mean to be unkind. No. It means to rise into who you are. And you'll realize that that's enough. So I'm going to let you get to that.
All right, cool. All right, guys, I have some shit to share that I don't really want to share because it's not good, but it also is good because I need to share this because we all need to realize these things. I've had downloads out the yin yang for the past couple of days, and I don't know, like if someone like Micah or Diane or I that understand what that means. If you don't, it just means basically my spirit guides have been throwing shit at me nonstop for 48 hours or more. And I have been learning shit and going back in time and having memories from back when I was 3 years old and that I could never remember, things that have come up in the past couple of days that happened in my life that I didn't even remember ever happening. I still am it's like I know it happened because I sat there in this remembrance and felt the room and everything. I know these things really happened, but I never remembered them until recently. But the hard truths, one of the things that came to me yesterday, and one of the things that we talk about all the time is the people in our lives that have caused us this pain that we all seem to share, and go through, and the relationships that we've been in where people have, torn us down and broke us apart and everything. And we always say, there might be a reason why, there could be a reason why this person's an avoidant because of a trauma from their past. There's a reason why this person is a narcissist because of something that happened to them in their early childhood. But we always say there's no excuse for that. That doesn't mean that you sit there and you tolerate that treatment because it's not okay. So when I explain to you what happened to me, I don't want you to think I'm giving you excuses, because I'm not, because there's no excuse for bad behavior. But all of the things that I don't like, that I'm so against when it comes to relationships and people and in all of life, lying, cheating, stealing, backstabbing, manipulating situations, all those things that bug me so much about what we go through with our relationships, and that we talk about all the time. I was that person. I did those things to people a lot. My whole life, I did those things. And I didn't even know that I was doing it. And this is the part where I'm going to explain it, but I don't want you to think it's an excuse, because I'm fully aware now that I've done these things to people, that I've hurt people, and that there's no excuse for it. And that, I'm going to change that about myself. But at the time that those things were occurring, I've come to the realization that I didn't know that I was doing the right things or the wrong. I didn't realize, let's just say I told a lie, okay? And I'm against even the little white lie things, because I feel like if even if somebody finds out that you lied about some, little white lie or something, that the trust goes away. So I'm dead set against lying. But let's say I remember a situation where I lied. In that time, when I was telling that lie, when I was doing that thing, it never even crossed my mind that I was lying. Because somehow, and I tried to explain this to Micah earlier, I don't like the word justification. Justification isn't really the word I'm looking for, because there is no justification for doing things that are hard to people. But at the time, I was able to justify it because I was trying to do it so that the other person would see me, see the good me, see the me that doesn't lie, see the me that doesn't cheat, see the me that I am on the inside. I really always have been this kind-hearted person that doesn't lie, doesn't cheat, doesn't steal, doesn't do those things. And when I did them, I didn't even realize that I was doing them because I was doing them, so I thought, for this person. Because I thought, if they can feel the full depth of my love, then they will feel that love, and it will help them heal. It will help us heal. It will help the situation. So I would manipulate things that happened in my life in order to get them to see that. But I never realized until now that I was sabotaging the relationship just by doing that, because that was a lie. I was not being honest. I really do have that person, but I wasn't expressing that person. So that person that they got was the lying, manipulative, cheating person that I can't stand. And it has to end. But sometimes I think that we do things and we don't even realize the reason that we're doing them. I realize now that one of the reasons I did that was because since my earliest memory, I have been trying so desperately to be seen, to be loved for who I am, and to feel like someone wanted me just once in my life, that I would push people and push people and push people and then wonder why they pull away. But it's because of my own behavior. No, that doesn't excuse the narcissistic hatefulness towards me. It doesn't excuse the avoidant making me feel used. It doesn't excuse any of those things that happened to me. But I was pulling that energy into myself. If you're going out there with a deceptive idea and a deceptive mind and a deceptive mindset, even if you don't realize at the time that you're doing it, that's what you're pulling in. So if you don't want to be with somebody who treats you that way, it's so true. You get what you give. So give the true you. Don't be, for me, it's been since day one, it's been the what do I want to, the victimization of myself. I meet somebody and I immediately start telling them all the awful things that happened to me, because I have learned to confuse pity or someone feeling sorry for me because of what I've been through with love. And they're not the same thing. I manipulated situations where I pretended to be sick, where I pretended to be hurt, where I pretended to be scared, so many things that have gone back over a lifetime that I have done to manipulate a situation, because I thought if they felt sorry for me, then they would love me. And that's not how that works. I have to be me and the whole me and the real me from the get-go. No manipulation, no lies, no cheating. And I have done that. Yes. Have spent a long time since I've done something like that. I'm not going to try and justify it though, but it was horrible. Those are terrible things. Those are things that I don't want done to me, and I should have never done them to anybody else, no matter what I was feeling at the time. I didn't know really that I was doing something. I thought I was rescuing myself. And that's not okay. Taking other people with you in the process and hurting them is not okay. And it's time for me to swallow that bitter pill and realize that that's not who I am on the inside. And that's not who I'm going to be ever again. And that is enough for now. We're going to get into all this stuff that I've been going through a little heavier on Illuminate. But that was the beginning of it.
Great beginning.
A little scary. But I'm not angry.
I'll tell you guys that the last 8 minutes doesn't even come close.
No. I have had so much bombarded at me.
Yeah.
And I'm learning a lot about myself that I didn't want to know. But I'm, like I was just saying, I'm not upset with myself. I'm not angry with myself. And I'm not going to shame myself or guilt myself or anything about those things, because I truly didn't know that I was doing that.
Yeah.
Until now. Like I said, there's no excuse for it. And I feel bad for the people that I've hurt in the past and never even really realized that I had. But that has to stop. We have to be authentic. If we want authenticity back towards us, we definitely have to give that authenticity out first.
Yeah.
So it's time.
And not get butthurt when it's not received back.
No, because they could be in that same place, not ready to learn those hard truths yet.
Good point, Nikki.
Yeah, and that's why, I was kind of trying to explain there's really, justification is not the word. Yes, I was in survival mode from a very young age. But that doesn't excuse the fact that I was very hypocritical, and the fact that I demanded complete honesty. I demanded no cheating. I demanded all the things that I demanded of a relationship I wasn't giving. And that's not okay. Whether I was in survival mode or not, I didn't, no, I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. But now it's time for me to make amends, especially within myself and with myself, and know that that's not going to happen anymore. I'm
Right.
going to live in my authenticity. I'm going to be that non-lying, non-cheating, non-manipulative person that I truly am. I didn't have to show people I was that person because I was that person. And instead I turned myself into the opposite of that to try and prove myself. And you don't have to prove yourself. Not if you're who you are.
I love that, Travis.
Say,
Feelings are not something I really let out. When I do, it is when I'm comfortable, but it ends up being foolish at times. And honestly, this is the first time the show has resonated with me. I love that. And we're going to talk more about this, especially on Wednesday when we talk about hard truth, because that's what your feelings are. It's the hard truth. It's how you really feel what's going on the inside. And you might appear foolish, but for whatever reason, your feelings are absolutely real. And they are your experience, they are your perspective. And and people can't take that from you. If you have made a mistake, like I talked about last week, if you've made a mistake where your feelings got the better of you and you let them out, yeah, you might have acted a little bit foolishly, out of character, angrily, said some things that you can't take back. But at the same time, you also get the opportunity to hold accountability for the fact that you were in a misunderstanding.
yeah.
And just owning it, that's part of the game. That's part of the journey of living authentically, is when when these things happen and when you get into that place.
It feels good. As bad as it feels to know that I did those things, it feels good to finally recognize them so I can stop them.
Or recognize them at least.
Yeah. But I told Micah yesterday the word of the day is accountability, accountability, accountability. I lived accountability all day yesterday. I literally sat on my bed for 2 days straight. This entire weekend, I have been in my bed for the majority of it, in silence, just listening to everything that went on in my head. And it was a lot.
Bubble Kittens will appreciate this reference because you were sitting in the sound of silence.
I sure was.
And if you remember that card from the core last week, God, we have so many references to shows. If you have been missing them, you have been missing out on a lot, because we have Easter eggs everywhere.
It's been, I'm telling you guys, these shows have been so cohesive, it's not even funny. So it's like, we can't even help but not bring up that show when we come to this show, to this show, to that show, because they have just rolled together.
They really have. I mean, they stand alone on their own, but there's so many things that just interweave. It's amazing. But yeah, it's difficult when you sit back and you hold on to feelings, and then you have that moment where you release them because enough is enough. The last straw happened, and bah, all out, all at once. Oh shit! I gotta clean up that mess.
Oh my gosh. I feel like there's been a lot of shit come out this weekend. Okay.
Well, we're going to start off with helping you get in the flow. This is from the Law of Attraction Oracle. Alignment brings ease. When you surrender resistance, things move effortlessly. Allow life to unfold without forcing outcomes. Follow the path of least resistance. And that doesn't mean to put on a mask and look pretty. That means to stop obliging so much. And then we have realization. And yes, this deck has reversed meanings. Here's what the picture looks like, but here's where it's at for you. Kind of looks like, I don't know, Picasso. Anyway, mental resistance may be keeping you stuck. No, really? Still? Challenge your assumptions and rethink your approach. And then finally, desire. Nope, intimacy. I read that wrong. There is a desire card, but this one's intimacy. This one made me go, when I saw it fly out of the deck. Deep emotional connection built on trust and openness. It's built on that. True closeness is a gift. I don't know. Who is that man? She asks for the second time this show. Be present with loved ones today. Share a moment of genuine emotional connection. And this is something that you have been longing for a while. You bridge that gap. Go for it.
All right. Inspiration is coming in. We get Mr. Four of Wands is back again. I mean, Mr. Ace of Wands is back again.
Oh, shit.
But the inspiration is coming. You have been self-sacrificing, but it is time for you to take some time for yourself. Start looking at things in the proper perspective. Start seeing things for what they truly are. And when you do, that's when your self-confidence and your optimism comes in. You got the Ace of Wands, you got the Queen of Wands.
And now you have the direction to go back and watch the core from last week because
that was the core was insane on Friday. And you'll see a lot of these same cards.
Except for the Ace of Swords. It's the only one that didn't show up.
I thought it eventually did show up. Oh, okay.
Nope.
So no communications coming in.
Actually, if you go over to the Awakenings Facebook page, I had a thought that came in about the fact that Ace of Swords didn't show up for that particular
It's not time to talk
collective
yet. It's not time yet.
It's also waiting. It's already been given. It's just being waiting. It's just in waiting for the alignment to happen so that it can be received.
Yep.
And that aligns with yours. It's already there. Stephanie, Bubble Kittens, Whittlefoot. Bubble Kittens, Whittlefoot. We're starting you off with gratitude. Gratitude unlocks abundance. Recognizing what you have attracts even more blessings. Write down 3 things you are grateful for today. Do that every day. You don't have to necessarily write them down, but say out loud, thank you so much for whatever. Shift your focus to appreciation. And it looks like we have a little bit of a stalled awakening here because it's in the reverse. Fear of change. Oh, there it is. Maybe keeping you asleep to your true potential. Embrace the awakening process. You're trying, yes, I know, before you type it in the chat. I know that you're trying. But there is no try. Only do, because wisdom. It's time for that open book. Time to read that open book, which you are. The answers you seek are already within you. Did Sydney Banks help write this one? Look
He may have
inward
risen out of them.
for guidance and clarity. Spend time in stillness or seek counsel from a mentor to uncover deeper truths. Well,
Well
if that wasn't a confirmational reading, I don't know what was.
yeah. Well, yours is so. I mean, it's so like we already know all this shit. It's like, okay, you went through a lot of conflict. You've been going through a lot of shit. We know that. You escaped it. You transitioned away and you escaped the situation. Now it's time for you to take control. That's pretty basic.
The cards are shilling for me.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what shilling is.
I know what a shilling is, or used to be.
Well, yeah, but not yeah. Advertise, selling. Right. They do that a lot to us. Nobody ever seems to pick up on it, but they do.
Kinda, yeah. And what is amazing is, and it's no secret that in just a few weeks I'll be beginning a mentorship with Bubble Kittens. So she has not kept that secret, and she's really excited, as am I, to see what wisdom.
I am too. I let me tell you, I may be on this show, but I'm only on this show because he got me to this point. Because I was a mess. I'm still a mess. I'm still working on it. But I'm able to do things that I was never able to do before. And he got me there. So you're in good hands. You're welcome. You're right. I did do the work, but I needed his guidance to get there. So
Truth.
Yeah.
Truth. I mean, as a coach, as an energy worker, I can't, nor can she, fix you or anyone.
We can just guide you in the right direction. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. I just pointed an object and hope that you see it.
Yeah. And we don't even know if you can see the same things we see. So, but we have to try, and that's how we try.
Sure.
So, anyway.
Anyhow, funny story. I thought that he was the first person to ask, so I scrolled back up. I pulled from a different deck for him at the beginning of the readings. But that's okay. It's time now. Because you're on your way. You got the Chariot. You're really starting to find movement in what you're doing, where you want to go, who you want to be, and how to get there. And it's finally starting to see a little bit of forward motion. And I know this because the Knight of Wands comes up, not just because of cards, but also because of everything that I know, all of the growth that I've watched you have. So the Knight of Wands, you know it exactly, or at least have a better idea. Whether or not you know exactly, you have a better idea, and that's the important thing. But knowing exactly when you have that better idea of where to swing, what you are looking for, how to get there, that's the important part. And the Six of Swords in reverse, this is the indication of everything that you've been releasing, everything that you've been facing, letting go of, moving away from, done with. And this is just confirmation that all of that hard work is beginning to pay off and will.
Okay, well, how you get to knowing when that point is when you finish hanging out with yourself for a little bit. Might be some time for some introspection because you're still a little bit in that Eight of Swords, damn freaking Eight of Swords energy. What are you holding on to in your head? What are you telling yourself in your brain that is holding you back right now? There's something. And when you release it, that's when that emotional creativity comes out. That's when your Page of Cups, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Confirmation sneeze. That's when your emotional creativity comes out. Because there's something that you're still holding on to. There's something that you're still imprisoning yourself with. So spend some time in hermit mode and figure out what that is so that you can move into that creative spark that we know you have. Fully.
If you have pen and paper, write down this question. What are my limiting beliefs? And anybody can do this. It's not just for Jonathan.
Mm-mm.
If you feel held back, what are my limiting beliefs? If you don't know what that is, look it up. You don't know what that means or what that points to, look it up. Because it's everything that you believe about yourself that you can't. It's imposter syndrome, self-worth, self-doubt, all of those things. I'm sorry to laugh. I just read a comment in the chat.
Yep, that was a confirmation sneeze.
So yes, while you are making forward motion and you are approaching, there are that imposter syndrome being shrouded by the limiting beliefs that she was talking about. That's what the hermit is still there for. Because I know that you've been in hermit mode and pulled away from the world a lot. But really look at why it's been taking so long. Because the moment that you step into who you are and what you are ready to do and what you want to accomplish, the moment you start stepping, that's the moment that the chariot starts going. Ketlo. Starting Ketlo off with empowerment. You hold the power to shape your reality. Take charge of your actions and decisions. This is just confirmation for me, this card. Own your choices today. Take full responsibility for the direction of your path. I love that. I love that card came out because for so long you weren't in a surrender mode. You weren't willing to surrender. Holding on too tightly, maybe causing resistance. Loosen your grip and allow things to flow. You finally, because of persistence. Success comes from consistent effort. Keep going even when the path is unclear, and you do. I mean, you shoveled the driveway 3 times the other night. Yes, I saw. Stay committed to your vision. Overcome obstacles with steady progress. And this is all 3 of these, just confirmation of all the work that you've been doing. And that this is your year to rise, my friend.
This is really bizarre. Okay, so 8 of Wands in reverse. The process has been slow. It's been slow moving for you to get to where you've gotten to, but you stepped into your authority and you had a victory. The the Emperor, that's your authority. That's the top of the line, man, right there. He's got his shit together. All of it. And because of it, he finally got victory. And that is the Six of Wands. I mean, it's all there. You finally did it, and I'm so proud of you today.
Yeah.
Stepping into that Emperor authority is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll make, if you bring that energy, not just from the job situation, but into everything that you do, your success in everything will rise. Hold on to that authority. Keep that steady progress and be that emperor. Because I know you can.
You just proved it.
Yep.
So whenever you feel like you can't, shouldn't, aren't able to, not worth it, I want you to remember the day that you said no.
Absolutely, Keith.
Remember that day, because that is a pivot point for you.
Yep.
When I saw that, I was, and yeah, I know I've been harping on it, but that's what this is all about. That's why we keep doing this.
Yeah.
Just moments like that.
To see you finally go, no, not doing this anymore. I'm taking care of me.
And I have a final message. We didn't have any requests.
No, I had to pull. I was deciding on whether I wanted a soul truth or a soul meditation, and they both made so much sense that I grabbed them both because they came out, and I was like, "Oh, we need to hear both of these." So,
Okay.
you want me to give one first?
Yeah, you go. You do one first, and then I'll.
I'm gonna do the soul truth for the day. What am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Today's soul action: breathe in your favorite essential oil. Inhale deeply into your belly. Drop your shoulders and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need and be ready for the answers.
And I pulled from the Oracle of the Phoenix. Take the next step. This card has come to you in order to ensure that you do not miss the right time for making a decision or fail to realize that you are ready for change and greater things. The Phoenix is here to shake you up and inform you that your time is now. Those who are serious about asking what their next light-filled step towards a fulfilled and glorious future might be release a great magical force into the universe. This magical power is created only for the person asking the question. Be prepared and ask it now. The magic of the sacred planes of fulfillment will soon be streaming toward you and will touch you. It is a gift. It is your answer. It will flow into your thoughts, words, and deeds and guide you. If you allow the hurly-burly of life to get you down, however, you risk missing this important window of opportunity. So be on alert. I'm not going to read you what the book says about the other card, but it did fall out with it. So be wary of the dark thoughts that prevent you from taking the next step.
And last but not least, may you know awareness. May you know your body, your mind, and your heart intricately. May you know what makes you joyful and what causes you pain and suffering. Be aware of all these powerful signals and find every opportunity to move towards joy. Awareness will empower you to assess the situation with clarity and make wise decisions towards your greatest good.
Wow.
We got this, guys. I really am. I'm feeling so confident in all of us at this point. because we're growing together.
Yeah, we are.
And things are coming together. I mean, we can see it just in the cards on the shows every week. It's like the whole week all flows together and it all says the things that we all need to hear. And that's not just coincidence.
Synchronicity.
It's synchronicity. And there's a lot of that going on. And you guys are helping to create that. And you are helping us to bring the message to you so that we can all heal together.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise Awakening, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.